Hi, I'm Catherine Llewellyn, the host of the podcast. You can find out all about Truth and Transcendence on truthandtranscendence.com. And you can find out all about me on beingspace.world, where you will find my online coaching offering as well as my UK-based workshops. The Freedom of Spirit workshop for liberation and empowerment, the Pellower Radical Shift in Consciousness workshop for spiritual expansion, and transformational coaching for exploring the mind-body-spirit connection on the expansive path. You can also support the podcast by actually making a donation. I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to Truth and Transcendence. You can find all our episodes on truthandtranscendence.com. Well, there was a topic I thought I was going to talk about today, but then something happened this morning that's completely changed my mind, and it was a delightful experience. I live in a rural location, and around here there are lots of pieces of land that don't seem to belong to anyone. They're called common land. They probably belong to a trust or something, but most of them nobody does anything with. They just sit there and get overgrown, and that might be atmospheric, or it might just look really messy. And there's a section of this land in between my property and my neighbour's property. And I've been thinking about getting it tidied up. If you imagine this section of land that's broadly triangular, like a long triangle that's sort of fat at one end and thin at the other, and there's a footpath down the centre, and down one side there's the wall to my neighbour's garden, and down the other side there's the thick hedge to my garden. And the whole thing is kind of really thick, rough grass. It's probably about a foot to 18 inches tall. And in there are a few massive anthills. There's big lumps of earth. And there's thistles, and it doesn't look idyllic. It just looks messy. Anyway, I've been toying with the idea of getting this sorted out, and finally, this brilliant chap who's very local, he's a gardener, his name is Brenton, came up this morning, and he was going to start doing it. Now, if I tell you as well that the backdrop to this particular piece of land, and the backdrop to my garden as well, is a beautiful view across a valley to a hillside, and there's a lot of sky and a lot of hillside and a lot of valley and fields, and it's beautiful. And everyone says how beautiful it is. So there we are. Brenton arrives. He's a big husky bloke with a massive beard, and he's got one of those strimmers that you have to wear with a kind of a strap across your back and across your chest. And it's a petrol mower, and you have to be strong to even get the thing started. You have to be strong to be able to carry it, or it'll drive you into the ground. And you certainly have to be strong to actually use it. So he's set to, I went back indoors, he's set to, and after a while, I get a message, I'm done, I finished. So I came out. The whole area had been completely made flat, because what he'd done is he'd cut down all the grass, and there was a lot of dead grass, and it's all going to rot down, and it's all going to fertilize the land. But it looks much, much better. And we were standing there at the top of the triangle, with the triangle sloping down away from us slightly towards the valley, and saying how much better it looked. And then we both noticed at the same time, our eyes lifted up to the view across the valley. And almost simultaneously, we both said, wow, how much better that view looks now. Why does the view look better now that we've cut this grass? How could that be? And he said, I'm noticing details over there I don't normally notice. How fascinating all the different fields are. There's a strange old-fashioned patchwork of fields over there. It's mostly sheep. It's the sort of land where you have sheep. And he just noticed that the whole thing looked so much more interesting and fascinating and exquisite than it did before he cut the grass. So why could that possibly be? And we decided that it was probably because we were no longer distracted by the sight of this messy, disgraceful area, which had been drawing our attention before. And it was interesting that it affected him so strongly, because he doesn't even live there. So why would it really affect him? but it did, and it was very noticeable. And I said to him, do you know what? I think I better make a podcast episode about this because this feels really quite significant and meaningful. And what it told me, and he was going, it sort of psychologically makes a difference. Now, this is a chap who has not explored psychology. It's not his thing. He's a gardener, very, very good at it. Clever man, but he just hasn't gone that direction. So he said, right, I've got to go, but this was really, really interesting. And off he went. So I looked at it and thought, well, what's going on here? And I think for me, in my perception, what was happening was that when the area was just unkempt, uncared for, and looking terrible, it drew my attention. It drew my energy. I felt slightly anxious and guilty about it, even though it's not my piece of land. And so it was a complete distraction from the beauty of what I could view, the broader perspective, the further away perspective of this beautiful view across the valley. And I thought, is that not true also in life in general? If we've got something in our lives that's a mess, very close to home, and it's a mess, does it not tend to distract us from observing the beauty and the fascination in the wider world around us? So let's say we're in a relationship and we're having a really difficult time, it's really messy. I've noticed that when that happens, it can affect my perception of other people in the world, that I'm less able to celebrate the beauty and the love and the wonderfulness of all the other people. Whereas when I get my own relationship sorted out, suddenly I can see the bright light and the beauty and the spirit in everybody because I'm in a completely different place and because I'm not distracted by my own distress and concern about the mess in my own, in this case, piece of land next to my garden, not even in my own garden. So I think this is just another reminder of how useful it can be for us to just, clean the kitchen or declutter the shed or sort out that relationship or sort out that filing or finish off that project, get it completed, get rid of everything we don't need. All of these things which are about kind of housekeeping, really. Simple housekeeping can make such a difference to our perception of the wider world around us, the broader world, the broader experience. And suddenly we can be looking out, like me and Brenton standing, looking across and saying, that set of fields over there is just so fascinating and I haven't really looked at it before. And how extraordinary and magical it is that it looks so different and so much more beautiful now that we've just cut this piece of grass. So I wonder if you have anything in your life where the equivalent of getting out the power strimmer might be a valuable thing to do. Or is it something more delicate, like weeding the flower bed? Is there an equivalent in your life of just weeding some things out that no longer serve, or that are just a complication unnecessarily, or a distraction? So I think the fact that it's spring and I've been a bit obsessed with sorting out the garden and the sudden growth of plants in my life, I've been rather obsessed with that the last week. I think obviously that's affected my perception in this regard. And of course, spring is a wonderful time to look at renewal, clarity, refreshing, creating space for the new. The equivalent of clearing around the roses so they have more light and air. So can we clear around some of our projects to give them more light and air, or clear around our own spirit to give ourselves more light and air? So thank you for watching and listening. That's all for Truth and Transcendence for today. Please do all the usual things and help the podcast spread far and wide. Give us a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, share with your friends. And if you're watching this on video, please comment in the comments below about what we were discussing today. I always respond to comments. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It really helps if you give a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, a review, and share with your friends. If you're looking for transformational coaching or an intensive transformational weekend workshop experience, I can help with that. You can actually help the show by making a donation. Until next time, take care.